This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. Our top story today, Facebook decides now would be a good time to drop more bad news. This story comes from the Huffington Post. About a month ago, word leaked that Facebook had failed to properly store passwords of up to 600 million users, logging them and storing them in unencrypted plain text. At the time, Facebook said that an additional tens of thousands of Instagram accounts were also affected. But as has happened lately, every time Facebook discloses bad news, there's more bad news to follow. The company quietly revised the count on its original announcement from tens of thousands of passwords to millions of passwords. A Facebook spokesperson couldn't specify how many millions of Instagram accounts were affected, but did clarify that it's not in the hundreds or tens of millions. So that's good for what that's worth. Here's the quote. "This is an issue that has already been widely reported, but we want to be clear that we simply learned there were more passwords stored in this way," the spokesperson said in an emailed statement. The quote continues, "There is no evidence of abuse or misuse of these passwords." As with the first batch of passwords, Facebook said there's no indication the new users ever had their data improperly accessed or abused. Instagram users who were impacted will be notified their passwords were improperly stored. As a reminder, this is a really good time to turn on two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication is when you log in with your password and then you get a text message with a code that you need to enter as well in order to access your account. This is a really good precautionary way to make sure that your account remains secure despite mistakes like this. And can we take the time to acknowledge that if you have billions of dollars as a company, this is a good opportunity to realize that you need to hire experts who do security audits to make sure that passwords are not being stored anywhere in an unencrypted plain text format. This is a major hole, and with all the hacking that goes on today, if you are someone who could susceptibly have business affected because you store passwords in this way, make sure that you're doing things correctly and above board. If you're any kind of company with any kind of IT infrastructure, this is a great reminder that you need to be ensuring your passwords are stored in a hashed format. Our next story has to do with the attacks in Sri Lanka Sunday. Sri Lanka restricts access to social media sites following terror attack. More than 200 people were killed yesterday and at least 450 more were injured in a coordinated series of attacks against churches and hotels. Now, the government has taken steps to block Facebook, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, Viber, and YouTube, and authorities have issued a curfew in the country. The reason for doing this was very interesting. Here's the quote. "This was done over concerns that the attacks would trigger additional waves of widespread information, hate speech, and violence." Since social media can be used to spread misinformation, this does make sense. However, it does also remove a way for people to get in touch with friends and family to ensure that they are okay. However, this is a good reminder that access to social media platforms can be cut off very easily by internet service providers, governments, and other people who want to temporarily put blocks in place for situations like this. That's all for today's Flash Briefing. If you have comments, feedback, questions, or would like to host this Flash Briefing at some point in the future, send me a direct message at Daniel Hill Media. I would love to hear from you.